Your tight shoulders, upper back, and neck are going to love this simple but super effective little practice for us. And the best part is that you don't have to change out of the clothes you're in. It's not going to take very long, and it will make a big difference in your body. So let's get right into it. I'm Brea Johnson of Heart and Bones Yoga. Heart and Bones Yoga is here for you in ways to move your body with love, kindness, and support. So press subscribe, follow along, and let's get into this. The only props that you're going to need are a chair, seat, back of a chair, maybe a wall or a stool like I have here. You can do the sitting, you can do the standing. I'm going to start standing. So we're going to start here, and let's just do some shoulder shakes. This is my favorite way to start moving the upper body. We hold so much tension, it's nice to sort of wiggle and shake it out. So I invite you to bring your arms up, around. And as we do this, we can take some big, deep breaths. Good. Those breaths are so good because so much of our tension that we hold is also just life stress, and that shows up in our body. So when we do a nice, big, deep inhale, and a nice deep exhale, that really helps reduce the stress and tension. Now let's let our arms rest by our side. Good. And then we're going to take our hands out in front of us and palms facing out in front of you, fingertips up towards the ceiling. So the wrists are like this. And we're going to start to do some little windshield wiper, or it's like you're trying to polish a mirror in front of you. This is what we're doing. So we're going to do a little rotation of our arms. And we're going to do that while slowly opening up the arms out to the side. So you're moving your arms out to the side, and at the same time you're rotating in and out. And if you're noticing that your neck, your upper traps are feeling like they're working a little bit too hard here, you can have your arms a little bit lower than shoulder height. One more time. You're going to bring the arms in this internal and external rotation movement out to the side, back out in front of you. And then shake out your arms. Now we're going to do sort of like a swimmer movement with the upper body. And I say sort of because it's going to be like this. I don't know what kind of swimming, how effective this would be if we were to really swim, but it's like you're doing sort of a modified backstroke where you're bringing your arms up, elbows bent, and then opening. And then you're reaching. And you can even let your spine come along for the ride a little bit. So you can wiggle as you do it, you can round, you can open. This is really just getting some big movements for our whole upper body. Okay, now let's turn those swimming movements forward. And again, you don't have to worry so much about how it looks and what you're doing. Let this be more of an intuitive movement where you're just going, okay, what feels good? I'm stretching my whole body. I'm stretching my upper body. And one more time. Nice. Now let your arms swing around side to side. Loosey-goosey. So good. Okay, letting your arms relax by your side. Now let your neck be here. We're going to pay attention to the neck for a moment now. You're going to let your one ear go to one shoulder. So drop one ear to one shoulder. As you do that, feel like both sides of your shoulders are still staying relatively the same. Sometimes we like to drop the shoulders with us. And then go on the other side. And we're going to go side to side slowly. One ear to one shoulder. One ear to the other shoulder. Can you do this while feeling like the back of your neck is gently long? Good. Okay. Next time one ear is over to one shoulder, you're going to take, so right now my left ear is to my left shoulder. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to place my hand on the top of my head. And I'm ever so gently going to press my head into my hand and my hand back into my head. You don't want to overdo this, especially if you've got a lot of neck tension. Just a little bit of an invitation of pressing head into hand into head. Soften your jaw. Good, and then release. Other ear, other shoulder. And then gently again, pressing the head into your hand, back of your neck long. You're not yanking, you're not pulling, you're doing this with mindfulness and care. Feeling again your jaw relax as you press your head into your hand, hand back into your head. Steady, deep breaths. Good, and then release, noticing how your head feels. Another way to help release the neck is to release your shoulder blades. So we're going to do some shoulder blade circles here. And so the shoulder blades, thinking about your shoulder blades moving wide, up your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and down your back. So you're circling your shoulders and your shoulder blades around in big circles. And then going the other way. These movements are so simple, but so effective, especially for your neck. Even though it doesn't feel like it's directly targeting your neck, these shoulder blade circles really are supportive. Okay, releasing out of that. Oh, we're getting the blood flowing in our shoulders. We're loosening up that tension in such a nice way. Now let's take it to our extra support. So I've got a stool here. Again, you can use the back of a chair. You can use your countertop, a table. You can go to a wall, just something that you can reach out to. Place your hands on it and then walk your legs out. Your feet back so that you're creating a 90-ish degree angle in your hips and in your torso. But now, our arms are going to be stretched out, but your legs don't have to do anything special today. All your legs can do, so if it feels better in your body to have your knees bent, go ahead and bend the knees. And then reaching your arms out. Oh yeah. So you're reaching your arms forward, you're stretching your hips back, creating a sense of traction in your upper body. Finding a comfortable place for your head and your neck, back of your neck long. Good. And then notice if you're dropping and sort of just hanging out with your chest towards the ground. So if you really feel like if you're dropping your chest in front of your ribs down, invite your chest back up into your body, in front of your ribs, back up towards your spine. And so this will keep your torso a little bit more stable and get you a little bit more focused of a stretch into your chest and shoulders. Now in this position, you can do a little side-to-side wiggle or a side-to-side drop. So your hands and your arms stay reaching out, but then you feel like you're dropping one shoulder down toward the floor, a little bit of a rotation, and then you let your other shoulder drop down. And even though I'm saying the words drop toward the floor, the actual movement, if you can see in the video, is not all that big. It's just more like a little side-to-side thoracic rotation. Good, let's do one more big deep breath here. Reaching out, exhaling, and then stepping away from your support here. So using your same support, you're gonna let your hand rest and support you, or your forearm rest and support you. Either way doesn't matter, whatever feels best for you, because you're gonna have your other arm hanging down. So you're gonna let your arm hang and let it find its own sense of momentum. You're gonna kind of swing it, circle it, whatever feels lovely for you. But the key is to imagine that you have a little weight attached to your fingertips or your wrist, and it's just pulling your arm. And so finding, again, its own sense of momentum as we move and relax, having no effort, if possible, to let your arm hang. As you exhale, you can imagine all the tension you've been carrying in your neck, in your shoulders, and in your back. Have that tension just melting down your arm, out of the shoulders, down the fingertips, back into the ground or the earth. Big deep breaths, inviting your jaw to relax. And then we'll slowly come back up And then take a moment and notice how that feels on one side. So before we go to the other side, you might notice, wow, it feels like this shoulder is like 10 inches lower than the other one. If it feels that way, good. That's that perception of tension leaving your body. But let's balance that out to the other side. So choose your adventure. You can have the hand with the arm straight, or you can come down onto the forearm. It doesn't matter either way. And then you're going to let your arm be heavy. Inviting a little bit of momentum at first into some swinging, rotating, circling around, and then eventually the momentum just seems to happen on its own of the movement. Back of your neck long and relaxed. Even checking into your supporting arm. Sometimes we add more tension in the supporting arm when we do this. So see if you can hold yourself up in such a way that you can keep your supporting arm relaxed while working. And here on this side, feeling the tension melting out of your neck, shoulders, knots between the shoulder blades, all just melting down your arm, out through your fingertips, back into the earth. Jaw and neck relaxed. Simple, loving movements. And then slowly release out of that. And before we finish this practice today, let's give some love into ourselves, into our shoulders, and say, thank you, shoulders. Thank you, neck. All the work that you do for me. And a way of thanking your shoulders and your body is to move like this more often. Save this video, come back to it as much as you can. Join the classes inside of Heart and Bones online for more loving and supportive classes like this, ones that are a little bit longer, ones that are even shorter, but just as long as we're moving with love more often. So thank you, shoulders, and thank you for pressing play and doing this for yourself today.